Hi, this is Paul Acevedo of WP Central, here with a video review of the Nyko Media Remote for Xbox One. This is a third-party alternative to the Microsoft Xbox One Media Remote. Let's talk about how the two remotes differ. For starters, the Nyko remote is $10 cheaper. It sells for $14.99, which is a much nicer price than $24.99, I'm sure you'll agree, for a basic remote control that doesn't do anything special, really. Size-wise, the Nyko remote is about half a centimeter wider. However, it's also thinner than the Microsoft remote control, which has this round back that pokes out. This one is nice and flat, which makes it easier to set down stably on a flat surface, and it's just a little bit thinner. Neither one of these is uncomfortable to hold, so it's not a big difference, but I will say I like the flat design better than the curved one. The curved thing, the wobble, you don't need wobble. The Microsoft remote has a motion sensor that lights it up a little bit whenever you move it. The Nyko remote does not have that. However, two advantages here. The button labels are much brighter on the Nyko remote, so they're just plain easier to see basically all the time. Like the Microsoft remote, even when lit up, is fairly dim, I would say. So these are easier to see in the dark, which is how you're often going to be watching movies, right? Also, instead of the whole controller lighting up, the Nyko remote has a green light down here at the bottom that lights up when you press or hold a button. So that lets you know it's working, and it's actually pretty cool looking. Another advantage of the Nyko remote is that it has two buttons that the Microsoft remote does not have. That's a power button and an eject button. This power button will turn on or off your Xbox One with no need for additional confirmation, so if you want to turn the system down, you just hit the button, it shuts down right away. You don't have to say, yes, I want to turn off, and that's really convenient. You don't have to press and hold it, you just press it. So mostly that's good unless you accidentally turn off your system, but I think you can handle that. As for the eject button, it will pop discs out. Most of my games are downloaded as opposed to installed from disk, but as far as Blu-rays go, it's not bad to be able to eject the disc and then walk up to it and pick it up. Besides that, it has all the same buttons. Otherwise, you have this TV guide button, which for many of us is useless, but some people will find it pretty handy. There are view and menu buttons right here. Menu now actually brings up the menu in the Blu-ray player, so that's an improvement that Microsoft has made over time. That will happen with both of these remotes. The view button when watching a Blu-ray will pop up the Xbox One's Blu-ray menu, which lets you just pick from like a lot of different things like subtitles. The back button is up here to the top left instead of the lower left. The plus and minus, which is for volume, which is another thing that I don't use, are located on the right instead of the left. Then the up and down are on the left instead of the right. So basically they're just reversed. Mute button, another thing I can't use because my remotes are not set up to control my surround sound, is right there. It's a distinct button instead of being hidden within the remote. Then all your buttons are basically closer together and easier to reach, which I think is mostly a good thing. I don't have any problem with accidentally hitting the wrong thing. Looking at the back of the remote, here is the battery port. Inside you'll find it takes two AAA batteries. It does not come with them. The Microsoft remote uses AA's, but the Nyko remote, being thinner, has to have AAA's, and that's not too bad, although if you use rechargeables you might not have a AAA recharger since so few things use them compared to AA. The only thing I don't like about this remote control is this panel down here at the bottom is glossy instead of matte, and so it gets fingerprints really easily. The rest of the remote control has a matte finish, so I don't understand why they chose to use gloss for this part. It just makes that part of the remote look dirtier, basically, instead of better. Even though it costs $10 less than the official remote, I actually find that it's a better remote thanks to the extra buttons and some more natural design choices. So that's the Nyko Media Remote for Xbox One. Get it at Amazon and other retailers. Thanks for watching, and read our full review at WPCentral.com.